Hey guys, it's Maggie again. I haven't checked in with you for a while, so I thought I would, like I do, um, talk to you while I'm driving, so I won't be looking at you like normal. But anyway, I wanted to check in and let you know how the whole Poshmark thing is going for me. Right now, I'm going to, excuse the hair, I'm going to get a haircut. And I'm actually going to go to the Goodwill outlet, the bins, and buy some things because I've gotten a lot of stuff listed and I don't have a dead pile like people call it, because I'm trying really hard to avoid that because it can make me feel overwhelmed and make me not want to list anything ever. So, anywho, it's getting a little hot in here. I hope everybody is doing well. It has been super cold where we are, but it's okay. We're still very blessed because we've not had any terrible storms anymore that have torn anything up. So anyway, I actually made a list. First time I ever did that. I wanted to tell you that since December 5th, which I believe was when I made my first sale, I was on Poshmark before that, but just to buy things. I hadn't listed or sold anything. So since December 5th, I have sold a total of $1,009 worth of stuff. That is 2 months and 5 days, something like that. So I'm really proud of that. I mean, my initial goal was to make my car payment, like I told you guys, which is right under $300. So I've exceeded that goal. So I had set the next goal, which was making my house payment, which is $775-ish. So I haven't met that goal yet, but I'm still really proud of myself. I feel like you know, I'm really moving towards the goal of making the house payment every month. So it's very cool. Let's see. Secondly, looking at the list. So I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos, which is really, from what I've found out so far, the only way I've figured out how to educate myself on how to do this. Anyway, so I've been watching a lot of YouTube, and I'm going to tell you who I watch in a little bit, since I've never done that before and it's not fair. So anyway, I hear people say, don't share other people's closets. It's not worth it. You don't have to. It doesn't do you any good. Just focus on your own. And I understand what they're saying, but I think we all need to think about the people who put Poshmark together. I think they're pretty smart, and I think if they gave you an option to be nice to others and share their things, and they also have an algorithm, that means that if you share other people's things, you're probably going to do better in the algorithm. I have no idea what I'm talking about. I could be completely wrong, but it seems like anybody who has set up this giant system based on an algorithm that I hear changes, but I'm not sure. Again, I'm no expert. And they give you the opportunity to do something kind for another person. I think that karma's going to say that somehow in that algorithm, it benefits you to share other people's things. So that is my philosophy on sharing other people's closets. I'm just going to keep on doing it and doing it and doing it. Then also, let's see, what's the next thing on my list? Another thing that I see, and again, I'm not dissing anybody. I'm just telling you what works for me so far in my whole 2-month career of this. So really, I'm telling you nothing because I don't know what I'm talking about. But anyway, what I've found works for me, people will say on different YouTube videos, share your closet, share your closet, share your closet. And that is so true. I mean, I know that it's boring sometimes, and I know that it feels like it takes a long time, and it really doesn't. Like, maybe 10, 20, 30 minutes. It doesn't take that long. Even if you get sidetracked and go back to it, it's not going to take more than a half an hour. Unless you have 1 billion listings on your Poshmark closet. So yeah, I mean, my goal is to share my closet 3 times a day. Once, I just share it when I first wake up in the morning. I sit there and drink a cup of coffee, share my closet. That way, I know that I have at least shared my whole closet 1 time during the day, and then I try to be certain to share it completely at least 1 time before I go to sleep at nighttime. And it's nice to wake up with some things that have sold when you get up in the morning. So, excuse me, allergies. So, yeah, I mean, there's just no replacing it. You have to share and share and share and share and share your items. And I've also had people say, when somebody sends you a like, you know, send them a thank you, send them an offer, but also send them a tiny little sentence that says, thanks, sent you an offer, have a good day, whatever. I think that personalizes it for people, and I think Poshmark's just that kind of a place. So there's that, my little piece of non-information. Anyway, then another thing I've heard people say on videos is you have to list regularly, because you can share all you want, but if you don't list and put fresh things up, you're probably not going to do all that well. As much as I would like to say I can just put things on Poshmark and just share the heck out of them, and that's all I have to do, it's not true. What I have found is if I list, now I would love to be able to say that I list at least 3 things every day. I can't. I have 2 full-time jobs, probably more than 2 full-time jobs, honestly, if I sat down on paper and looked at it. Or, no, I'm not going to sit on the paper. If I put it on paper, I probably have more than 2 full-time jobs. So I'm not going to be listing every single day. But I try to list a few times a week. Even if I can only list 3 things, or heck, even 1 thing, that's okay. Just try to list a few things every single week. And if you can, list a few things every single day, because I don't know what it does. Again, I don't understand that algorithm or any other algorithm, so I'm certainly no expert, but it seems to be working for me that I just consistently list. What else did I want to talk about? Let me think. Okay, here's another one. I looked at my list. No memory whatsoever. Anyway, I've heard people say that they don't share to parties. Now, I can't stop in the middle of my day and share to every single party. I just can't. Because, again, I work 2 full-time jobs. But when I can, I do share to parties. And this is why. I'm still building my following, and I'm still learning, and I want to stay that way. I still want to continue to learn about everything. It's just how I am. But anyway, so I do share to parties. And another thing that I got as far as advice online, and I need to remember the people who gave this to me, and I will eventually, but they said, go into the parties, after you've shared all your other things into the parties, go into the parties and share from the party to your followers. Share from the party just to your followers. And the reason they said that this was a good idea, and it completely makes sense, is that those folks that are sharing to the party have just shared that very second. So that means that they're active members of Poshmark, and they're going to share back to you. And you might even develop a friendship, share back and forth, advice. Who knows? I don't know. But anyway, I think that's a really, really good idea, to share your own stuff, but then turn around when you have time, go into the party and share other people's things geez Louise, my English is bad today. Share for your followers the things that are in the party. So there's that, and I think it works. And what else? I think that's it. I have a list of people I wanted to say thank you to. Empty Hanger, she's helped immensely. I learned how to organize my inventory, which my organization of my inventory is not perfect. It's certainly not pretty at all in any way, shape, or form. It's just a bunch of 50-cent totes that I got from the Goodwill outlet because I didn't want to spend any money on my storage for right now. I might in the future, but anyway, I'm able to, it's not pretty, but because of what she mentioned about how to organize inventory, I can actually sell something and find it in 1 minute. It's there. I know exactly where it is because everything has a bin, everything has an inventory number, and it's just fine. Now, I have forgotten before to put the inventory number on the listing, but it's been no big deal. I've still been able to find it, But for the most part, yeah, I can just go find an item within 1 minute because of what she taught me on that subject. So I really appreciate her. Her name is Jenna, and again, she is the Empty Hanger. Who else? Let me see. Boondoggle Bliss. She is adorable, and she's very artistic, and she's very matter of fact, and she's got some excellent advice and excellent videos that have been helpful for me. The Poetry of Nice. She not only has a beautiful accent, but she's super duper smart about how to source and about profit margins and things that sell better on some platforms that don't on others, and things that, you know, maybe used to sell really well and don't anymore, or used to not be something that was selling and now all of a sudden it's selling well. She's really good at keeping you updated on that kind of stuff, which I think is very cool. What else? Let's see. Lindy Glenn. Her last name is spelled Glenn. I've watched a lot of her videos. She's a jeans expert, first of all. She loves to sell jeans, which has been very helpful for me. She's kind of transitioning over to Amazon right now, which is cool. It's whatever, but her Poshmark videos were very helpful for me. Sydney L. The last name in her Poshmark closet is ELLE. She has really good practical advice. Some of her advice is during times that for times that you feel like your sales are slow, and the things that she tells you to do really work, so I appreciate that. Let me see, who else? Honey Rags. She gives really good straightforward advice too. Regular old person, and I really appreciate that. Like right now, you can probably see behind me, I have an average dirty car. I have an average dirty house. I'm just a regular old person. So I like those folks that just, you know, act like real people. And all these folks do, and I enjoy that. Little Black Hanger. She is adorable. Lots of times she's sitting on the floor in front of her couch talking. Again, so real. All these folks are. But she has really good advice about just lots of things. But she's been really helpful for me. I've watched quite a few of her videos. So anywho, it was very nice to check in with you guys. I have other things that I would like to talk to you about besides Poshmark, which I will likely do in the future, but I'm not going to do it during this video. This is my new tagline. If you don't like what you see here, don't subscribe. If you do, push the button and subscribe. That would be cool. If not, that's cool too. I've been saying a lot lately, no pressure. So anyway, have a wonderful rest of your day. Be safe and warm out there, and bye.